It's tarpon time 2020. So on today's video, I'm going to just kind of walk through all my tarpon gear. I usually catch quite a few tarpon, and I think I've got my systems really streamlined. So let me show you the stuff that I use. All right, let's get started here. Now, my number one priority for tarpon fishing, it's all about the bait. And I don't mean the stuff that I sell. I mean, truly, it's all about the bait. Mullet, blue crabs, pinfish. Those are my go-to live bait, tarpon baits, because live baits matter. Boom. 5-gallon bucket, hole drilled about 1/4 of the way down. Water scooper, dump it in there. Peas out of the hole there. Okay, and it's constantly refreshing that water, keeps that bait nice and frisky. Gotta have good quality baits there. Boom, boom, boom. Still talking about the baits. Blue crabs, I catch my own because they're $3 a piece at the bait store if you can get them. Sometimes they don't have them. Put a little piece of crab out there or a dead mullet or just whatever, and then they'll start come running, scoop them up. You got best bait possible because it's just fresh right out of the area you're fishing. Next, bait system. Boom, gotta have a bait rod, dedicated bait rod. Basically, this is a little trout setup, ultralight, some little 6-pound line. I think I've got some 4-pound leader to make it even smaller. And then that's what I use to catch pinfish with. Usually just to speed things up, because usually I have a short window. I'll bring a chum bag out, put the chum bag out, get those pinfish lined up, then bam, 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 throw them in the bucket, and boom, it's faster than making a drive through the bait shop. Rods and reels. Okay, my go-tos are the Esky Rods, 7-foot heavy. I've got the Cabo 60, 60-pound, 50-pound braid on this one. Boom. Usually that'll be my go-to for throwing any lures, but also for live baiting. Just use the drag, loosen it up all the way. When they run, just tighten up the drag. My next go-to is this guy, specifically for the live bait only. This is my Noodle Rod. Buy these things for like 2 of them for $50 on eBay. These are Shimano TDRs, 9-foot rod, medium heavy, excellent parabolic, very wobbly. That's why I call it the Noodle Rod. They're downrigger rods, so they're supposed to be meant to be bent over with a downrigger and then pop up when they get a bite. But they work great for fighting tarpon for 2 reasons. One, because of their length, I could chunk out live mullet, the bobber with a crab, bobber with a pinfish, and lob it way out there, no problem. Second reason is because they're so wobbly, a lot of flexibility, it takes out that risk of pulling the hook when a tarpon just starts jumping and going crazy there. It absorbs it. So even though you're trying to bow, you can only bow so much and that's it. And if that line tightens up, boom, you'll pull the hook out. This gives me more flexibility to take out that motion there. And third rod I'll take out is this is the Esky 7-foot. It's their heavy duty. It's probably like a 50-pound rated braided line. This is my jigging setup for the offshore wrecks, but I'll use it for tarpon as well. Primarily when I want to land a tarpon and I need to bust its spirit and just break it down so it's just like done. I'll use that rod and just really whip them up. This one here I've got with the both of my baitcaster conventionals are the Torium 16s. And I've got 60-pound braid on those. Throwing the fly, I've got this set up. It's just a 9-foot 12 weight. This is just a Deceiver Bass Pro Shops cheapy rod. But then I've got a Redington Behemoth 12 weight as well, and 12 weight line, so it's a balanced 12 weight setup there. That's my basic rods. I'll know right off the bait because based on what bait I'm going to be using. I mean, if I'm going fly, then I just take the fly rod. That's it, pretty easy. If I'm going to be doing live baiting in it, then I know what setups. I'll take the 2 conventionals out there, or if I'm going to be throwing lures, then I'll bring out the spinning. So it just depends. Now, rigs that I use, okay. Soft plastics, I use the AllAboutTheBait 9-inch paddle tails, okay? And I strictly use these early season when the mullet are around and those tarpon are coming out and busting on those mullet skulls. I've got a rigging kit that I nose hook them if you don't have a large jig head. I have this kit where it uses a corkscrew and then you basically run it in the front, as well as a belly weight so it keeps it upright and swims along. Excellent, excellent. Or I throw the hoagie, and these are mainly when I want to do a slower presentation on the top. I run the unweighted hook, and this just swims along the top of the water. Both of these, I either use the black or the white, just depending. And then occasionally on the hoagies, I'll throw a pink one. For some reason, they do like it. I didn't think they would, but they do kind of like it. Talking about leaders, I use 3 leaders, primarily 2 sizes. I use 40 pound when I'm in clear water, they're being finicky, or a lot of times on my spinner, I'll throw a 40 because it casts a little bit better. My median go-to, if I could only have 1 leader size, it would be 60 pound. And that's all I run on everything. The only other one I use is 80 pound. And again, that comes down when I want to do a picture hand holding them and I need to break their spirit all the way down to nothing. And then I'll have the 80 because I know that they're not going to break that off and I can horse them in and just be done with it. For my live bait rigs on the blue crab and the pinfish or grunt, okay, I always have to suspend those baits because they'll go straight to the bottom. So I use just one of these weighted foam corks there, and that allows me to, I use the one with the green straw, and that allows you to basically pinch the line there, and then it's loose enough that you can slide it up so you can get that depth correct, because a lot of times they'll hit them at different parts of the water column, so it's good to be able to adjust it. Hook size, I really only use 95% of the time I'll use a 7/0 circle hook. Must add, these are the Demon Perfect circles inline blacks, 39944. I get a 50 packs for 13 bucks. Well, that's what I use, and they work great on blue crabs, mullet, and the pinfish. Only other one that I use is a 5/0 circle hook, same style. But if I have a large pilchard, then I might do that, or smaller crabs, or a smaller pinfish, I might downsize. But in general, I always use a 7/0 because tarpon aren't really all that hook shy. If they're going to want to eat it, they're going to go after it whatever, regardless. Bam! Did it! Boom, boom, boom! Quick and easy. I do these every year. I think my prior ones, I go in a little bit more depth on the rigging and stuff. This year, that's just a quickie. And then as I'm out there fishing, I'll go through the rigs and how I'm doing it for whatever circumstance that I'm doing. So you can check those out. But anyways, tarpon should be around. So it's time to go hunt them up. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.